Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me for this segment, we have Ravichandran, CEO of Aura, to discuss the impact of cybercrime on the veteran community. Hari, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to Trade Talks.
Thanks for having me.
You got it. Let's talk about online crime more holistically. It's an American crisis that targets individuals, platforms every day, all day long. Give us some of the statistics behind it.
I mean, this is just getting to the level of an epidemic anymore. Online crime's a $10.3 billion crisis in America. When you look at the amount of losses to home burglaries, the amount of losses to cybercrime as compared to that is almost 2x. The odds of falling victim to online crime is 1 in 4. For the military community especially, this is even more acute. So what we're finding is about 40% of military families have experienced online crime. When you look at the rest of the world, it's again 1 in 4, that's about 26%. It's worse for military families that have moved in the last 3 years. About 62% have experienced crime, and 56% of service members who experience crime say they use their social security number at least once a month to identify themselves or getting a discount or being able to use it for healthcare, et cetera. So they're in just a much more riskier bucket in general.
Why does Aura care about this? What's the genesis behind the mission here?
Our mission has always been to create a safer internet for everyone. So especially the vulnerable community, like the military community, we find that even overseas military personnel is even worse than the rest of the military. So it's really important for us as part of our mission to create a safer internet to make sure that particularly vulnerable communities are also being kept safe. Just as part of that, recently we appointed a 3-star general, Charlie Moore, as into our advisory board. He's going to help us turbocharge Aura's military community outreach efforts. General Moore has a lot of roots in the military community, has a great proven track record of leadership. He's really well positioned to help this community through both awareness and also with preventative solutions as well for the community. So this has been a big part of our mission here.
We hear a lot about cybersecurity in the enterprise. Just how big or what's the potential of the consumer cybersecurity industry?
It's gotten to be almost like organized crime now. So maybe about a decade ago, it used to be that someone would go hack into something, steal something so they could, boast about it to their friends or something much more niche-y. And now it's almost an organized enterprise. So data is valuable. We're using a lot more services that leave behind a lot more data, and that data can be monetized. And so you've almost got this ecosystem of people. There are people that harvest the data. There are people that mine the data. There are people that package the data. And there's repositories in the dark web where you can actually go buy this data. So now there's a lot of money flowing into this ecosystem. As a result, it's much more prevalent, much more sophisticated, and much more problematic for families.
And I've seen the notes here that families are overwhelmed about how to stay safe online and they need more support. What industry resources can they go to? And do you think the industry is doing enough for consumers?
Yeah, I think, in general, there's multiple elements of your footprint, whether it's sort of your credit, financial information, your data that people are using to do robocalls, et cetera. And for each of these things, there are solutions available, and some of them are free, some of them you have to pay for. What we're doing at Aura is really bringing all these things all in one into one solution set that folks can download, set up the product, and it kind of covers the gamut of all of these things. But if you just want to go get individual credit monitoring, for example, there's lots of services for that. Even the bureaus themselves actually do that. Password manager, there's a lot of free ones available. There are a lot of paid ones available. So there's different things. And what we find with a lot of folks is it's kind of overwhelming to go find 6 or 8 or 10 of these things. Can you just give me one thing that takes care of all of this for me?
All right, Hari, we appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Great. Good to see you. Thank you, Jill.